Hi everyone. Here are my girls. There's my Delilah and my Candy and my Sheba. The rest of the pack are outside. It's only 9:30 this morning, but I just woke up a few minutes ago. Today was our big day to send Amos off to his new family in North Carolina. There's the rest of the pack. Let's go outside, girls. Candy, come on. Candy, let's go outside. Come on, pretty. Come on. Or you stay right there then. We're coming out, Simon. My husband, I took him to the airport, him and Amos to the airport this morning and dropped them off. I just got a notification. He's got, let's see, he flies from Arkansas to Atlanta and then from Atlanta to Norfolk. And then the same thing on the way back. So I dropped him off about 6 o'clock this morning. His flight was supposed to leave around 7. And then it'll be around 10:30 tonight, I believe, by the time he gets home. Now there is a time difference between here and there, so I've been trying to figure out if that means he'll be home around 10:30 or not, but I think it does. Anyway, I came home and I was back here by 6:30 this morning, but I was still sleepy. So I got on the couch and all these kids got up there with me. I think everybody except for Candy was on the couch with me, and we slept till, I don't know, almost 2 hours. So anyway, now I'm up and they're out here playing. They have had their breakfast already, and now they're just going to play. Hey, get off of her. Hey, Amos, or Caleb, quit that. Caleb, no. You quit it. Somebody requested that I be more involved in his picking on Reba because of what they've done to her neck. I will get you, little boy. And you were right. He needs to be corrected. Usually I'm very busy, and I already had assumed it was him and Maggie who did that, wrestling with her and hanging on their neck, because they're the youngest ones, and I've seen it in the past. All my little ones will do that to an adult, and they picked on Reba. So when I saw the marks on her neck, I kind of figured it was them. But I'm usually pretty preoccupied and not seeing for sure to be able to stop it when it's happening. But I am paying a little more attention right now. Her neck is healing. It's all right on the very top surface. She's not hurting in any way. And we're cleaning it and putting some stuff on it to kind of multiply the healing. So the chlorhexidine is really good to help heal stuff quicker and keep it clean and everything. So it's looking fine, and like I said, she's not hurting, she's not in pain, but it does aggravate me when any of them get an injury at all, especially when it's caused like that. But Caleb is pretty good about doing it, and Maggie's growing out of it. Amos never was doing too much. Oh, I think I'm gonna head back in the house because of the train. Hey guys, let's go back in. Come on. Let's go, Simon. Come on. Let's go in. That train can get loud. And I can hear him loud now. Come on, babes. Let's come back in. There we go. Come on. Come on. Is that everybody? Come on, Delilah. So anyway, we'll come in here and finish the video. Yeah. But anyway, she's looking a whole lot better. Let me see. Oh, now you've got your neck all dirty. Yeah, she's looking good, but I'm working on it, so All right, you little monster, you're such a monster. Quit biting me. He's just a puppy. He'll grow out of it, but I am working on it. Every time he gets near me, he starts biting, and I start working with him. I think I've told y'all there are times if they don't respond right away to the things I say or do to get them to quit biting, I have been known to bite them, and I usually will bite them right there on the cheek, right there. Or I'll pinch them right there so they'll learn to quit biting. You stop it. No. Maggie, no. Down. That's right. No, Caleb, down. That's better. No. You stay, down. You get down. It just takes time. Some of them take a little bit more time. Reba herself was a biter and a jumper. I couldn't walk or do anything without her jumping on me constantly. Simon was that way. He's all grown out of it now. He's much better. But Simon's dad, Joey, was another one that I could not get through a video without having to stop and correct him for jumping on me. And Reba was that way too, but she's getting much better. As they grow and mature, they get better. Now, Miss Chloe, she will still run and jump on me and almost knock me down. She's just trying to say, "Hi, Mom, I love you," but still, it's a bad habit, and I have to work with them to get them to quit doing that. They have to know I mean business, or else they think it's just a game and they keep doing it, huh? Oh, Sheba, she has always had a tendency to run up behind me and kind of jump into my back leg, and at times she's even nipped me because she does it playing, but it doesn't feel good, and I have really gotten after her. She will still do it if she gets overly excited. So I got tickled yesterday at the vet's office. We took Sheba and Chloe and Candy in for a veterinarian ultrasound because I just wasn't sure what I was seeing. But a lady had asked, my husband had all three of the girls on their leashes and harnesses, and right there by him where he was sitting, and an older lady walked out and she saw them all, and she started walking towards him and said, is it okay to pet? Well, I was standing there and I started shaking my head, and I was like, no, it's probably not. And because the main reason I'm that way is because I'm scared to death that little Sheba or any of them could nip a stranger. And this lady was a senior lady, and you know, my dogs are not vicious, they're not mean, they have never bit or attacked anyone but me, and it's never been out of meanness, you know, they're not mean, but even a little friendly nip like Sheba does me can hurt somebody else, and they may not take it quite as like I do, you know. I understand Sheba's playing. I will scold her and get onto her. I don't allow it or encourage that kind of behavior at all. But I do know that it can happen. And all my dogs get excited to be around other people. When people come here, you know, I try to control the environment, and they're either in a crate or outside, and I let them come out to meet visitors kind of one by one. I want to control the level of excitement so nobody gets out of control and somebody get nipped or scratched. But I felt bad at the vet's office for saying, no, I don't think so. And you know, I didn't try to explain my reasons why, but the girl that worked at the front desk, she covered it really well. She asked the older lady if she just needed to hug a puppy or hold a puppy or what. And the woman was like, well, yeah, that'd be nice if you had one. And they did. They had a little baby Dachshund puppy that was there for some kind of procedure. I think it was there for a hernia procedure. And it turned out she didn't need it. So she didn't have surgery or anything. And she was just kind of in waiting till her owners came back and picked her up. So they brought that little baby Dachshund girl out into the lobby, and the lady that I had told no to petting my dog, she got to hold her and hug her and snuggle her, and she was the cutest thing. We all got to watch. So it worked out good, but I am cautious with my pack because I don't want anyone to ever get offended at, if they get excited and do something like that. You just never know. We do a good job. Our dogs are well behaved, but they're still dogs, and especially, if something different is going on, it can change their level of excitement, and I cannot guarantee someone won't get nipped. I can pretty much guarantee nobody is ever going to be attacked by one of my dogs or seriously bitten. Pretty much, like I said, again, circumstances change things, and dogs are dogs no matter what. So, but we breed for better temperaments, and I know the temperaments of all my dogs, and they are really good. They squabble or have a spat with each other, but they are not aggressive at all. They're just not. So they can scare you because they can sound pretty aggressive and even act it sometimes, but I'm always on top of it, and we do not encourage that kind of playing or behavior. I'm always correcting them just for barking at the door when they see someone walking down the street or see another animal outside. So we don't like, you can do so much with quality breeding, but the rest of it is pretty much environment behavior. So you can take a dog with excellent breeding and good temperament breeding, and still in the right environment, they can become aggressive or develop bad behaviors of biting and jumping and carrying on, or fighting even. But I intervene every time I see anything. The other day, I tell you, when you have so many dogs, that's another time to be on the alert and always trying to make sure what's going on, because like I said, even with well-behaved dogs and mild temperaments, when you have this many and they get to playing and roughhousing, they do what dogs do, and that's usually they'll form a little gang and pick on one. Well, the other day, my husband was in here, I was in the sewing room, and I think Delilah and Sheba may have been in here. But we heard a noise that made the hair on the back of your neck stand up. And all of us jumped and ran to the back door because all the rest of them were outside. And the noise sounded like one of the dogs was just screaming bloody murder. So we all jumped and ran. And I got right here and I was like, that's not coming from outside. What is that? Hey, Caleb, no. So I was like, what is that? That's not coming from outside. And it turned out my washing machine back there was on the spin cycle or something, but it had made kind of a screaming noise that scared the daylights out of us. But it was not my dogs. But I thought it was. I thought some of them were picking on one and one was screaming. And it turned out it wasn't that at all. So, but believe me, I have my ears on them all the time. I try to keep my eyes on them all the time. The older they get, the more freedom they get from me with the constant watch. because they are good and they've developed good habits. But the younger ones, I watch them a little closer and still doing more of the corrective type teaching with them. And but they're doing well. They're all doing really well. So I sent my husband a message and asked him to be sure to get a bye-bye video. Hey, you two, get out of there. That's my stuff I want to wash. That's the couch blanket. I want to wash it. Caleb? No. No. That's right. Come on, Maggie. There. So they're just pilfering. I'm going to let them back outside and see if I can do some housework or paperwork or something. I feel like it's time to get motivated and be productive today. Maybe I can go sew. I don't know. It's kind of hard when I'm the only one here to keep eyes on the crew. But if not, I can do something here in the living room with them in here. But anyway, that's all I have. As I've been telling you for many days now, we have 3 litters of puppies on the way. Candies are the first ones due, and they should be arriving by the end of the month. I have her due date is October 30th, but they can go a few days either way. And then Sheba should be November 4th. And Chloe should be the 7th or 8th of November, right behind Sheba. So due dates are good. It gives you a timeline of when to be prepared and start taking temperature and watching. But nothing is exact. You just don't know exactly what day babies will arrive unless you are doing a planned cesarean, which we do our best to stay away from having cesareans if possible. They're okay, they're safe. It's a good way, when you have to have one, but we do prefer a natural whelping at home. And so far, we've done really well with that. We've had a couple of emergency cesareans, which probably would have been okay, and they could have worked through if we'd have just taken a little more time, but I don't mess around on that. The last 2 cesareans I had were 2 different mamas, 2 different times, and both times it was a baby that they had delivered 1 or 2 babies, and then one would turn sideways, which would delay the rest of the babies being born. And after a certain amount of time and you're not seeing the next puppy, that's, you can go for a while, but at some point you start questioning and you just pick them up and you go to the vet. So that's what I did. But there are times if you, in fact, on the last girl, I loaded her up and was taking her to the vet. I think she'd had 2 puppies here at home. And then we were at about 4 hours between puppies. And I was like, that's as long as I'm waiting. So I took them to the vet. And while we were at the vet, I was telling the vet what was going on. She delivered 2 more puppies. Or no, she delivered 1 more puppy. And so we said, well, no, we don't need to do a cesarean. So I loaded her back up and the puppies. At that time, that made 2. Yeah, she had 2 at home, 1 at the vet's office. That made 3. I got her in the car to bring her home. She had 1 more in the car, which made 4. Anyway, I can't remember how it went. She had a total of 6 babies, but she did deliver 5 naturally. And after I got home from the vet, got home around midnight, and at 7 a.m. she still had not delivered the last puppy, which was a very bad sign. So I took her back and they did a cesarean, and it was stillborn. So she wasn't going to be able to deliver it, and that's why she wasn't delivering it. It was stillborn. We don't know exactly when they pass. like that before they're born, but it had been that way for a while. So she would have been okay if it hadn't have been for that, but she ended up with a cesarean anyway because she couldn't deliver that last puppy. So, but anyway, things happen when you're breeding dogs, and we do everything we can to make it safe, and I am not afraid to pack them up and rush them to the vet if necessary. So we're excited over these three, and I am going to be taking Candy and Sheba back for an x-ray about 5 days before their due date so that we can make sure how many puppies they have and what sizes we're looking at, because on the ultrasound we're thinking they look like it's probably a small litter, which is fine they can handle a small litter and do okay, but being small, after both of them have had larger litters, and they may still have more puppies that we just couldn't pick up on the ultrasound. So I will continue to do ultrasounds, and if I still have any doubts when we get closer to their due dates, we'll do an x-ray so we'll know. And if it's a singleton or even two, depending on the size from the x-ray, we can actually schedule a cesarean if we feel like it's safer for mom that way. So, but anyway, that's about all I have. So we will have puppies, I do know that. If everything goes right, God's blessings will make us able to do everything right here at home. We're praying for safe, healthy deliveries and puppies and mamas. And I'll keep y'all updated every day. Delilah is leaving in about 2 weeks, and we'll be getting ready to say bye-bye to her. So that'll bring us down a little bit in the chaos here at the house until the babies arrive, and then it'll all start over again. So if you're interested in a puppy, please get a puppy application off the website, fill it out, send it back to me, and we can chat and get you on one of the waiting lists. I am taking deposits now. I've got a couple of deposits already in, so if you're going to want one of their puppies, you need to get on that, because I got a feeling they're going to go fast. Last time I think they were all sold before they were born. So, and that's good. That's the way we like to do it, and make sure that we have the best. Hey, Caleb, that's another thing, mister. You don't tear up that bed. He does like to flip them over and tear the bottom out. So anyway, if you're interested, just reach out to me, fill out an application, and send it to me, and we can chat. And I'm going to get off of here. I see where my husband is messaging me, so I'm anxious to see what's going on with them. He promised to keep me updated, and I will try to, hopefully they'll get me that bye-bye video, and I'll attach it with the next video, probably tomorrow. So y'all have a blessed day, and we'll be back tomorrow.